Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we are continuing the series I started just a couple days ago, breaking down the top 10 prospects, NHL prospects from individual countries. I felt it was only fitting to do this during the time of the World Junior Championships, and now it is time that we break down Canada, baby, the Canadians. And there are so many amazing talents, which made this list so unbelievably difficult. You can make so many great lists that are better than opposing countries in the world as it is. That's just how deep Canada is. They are really the mainland when it comes to hockey prospects, as it is hockey talent. Canada, hockey being their main sport, no surprise there. But this was not easy at all, and I really hope that you guys enjoy. I'm really excited for this one, and as always guys, make sure you stay all the way until the end of the video to find all the deets and all my thoughts on these top 10 Canadian based prospects, and also make sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you end up enjoying this kind of hockey content and want to see more great hockey content like this going forward, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, share this video with your friends and all those great things. But without further ado, let's get right into this video. Starting off at number 10, we have the Vegas Golden Knights coveted prospect from the 2019 draft class, and Peyton Krebs. The 19-year-old centerman at a strong 5'11", 180 pounds, really had a serious injury going into his draft year, and many believe that he was going to fall possibly even out of the first round, but Vegas still took a flyer on him just around halfway through the first round of the 2019 draft class. And Krebs, with some superb playmaking ability, looks like he's going to make quite the splash at the NHL level, maybe as soon as the 2021 season. But Krebs, the centerman, also had 60 points in 38 games played in his final year of juniors this past year, including 12 goals and 48 assists, and also looks like he's really going to be pushing for a bottom 6 spot, at least with Vegas going into camp for the 2021 season. Time will tell, but he very well could be one of the better prospects to come out of this class. Between his playmaking, his overall offensive awareness and vision is truly underrated, and I think he's going to surprise a lot of people in these coming years for the Vegas Golden Knights. Here we have at number 9, Washington Capitals coveted center prospect and Connor McMichael. The 19-year-old, originally drafted in the first round just back in 2019, the latter half of that first round for the Capitals, had a phenomenal final year in juniors, and at 6 foot 183 pounds is currently on the roster for the World Junior Championships for Team Canada. But his final year in the OHL in 2019-2020 had 102 points in just 52 games, including 47 goals and 55 assists. McMichael, we know the story here, amazing goal scoring and playmaking ability, has taken such a huge leap in his game over just the past year or so. It looks like he's going to be a dominant force for not just Team Canada in the World Junior Championships possibly, but with the Washington Capitals looking to crack a spot on that roster as soon as the 2021 season going into camp. It won't be easy, but the future looks unbelievably bright for a guy like Connor McMichael, who's just so well balanced with his game between the goal scoring, the playmaking, and his vision and hockey IQ between 5-on-5 and special teams. If with this Capitals team that really has been on the decline when it comes to more veterans, you're going to bring in a guy like Connor McMichael that could truly help them kind of balance things out with youth and veteran leadership in the hopes of staying consistently active in the playoff race over these next couple years. Next up at number 8, we have LA Kings prospecting Gabriel Vilardi. Vilardi, at 21 years of age now, centerman at a strong 6'3", just over 200 pounds, had a serious injury the past couple of years, but rebounded tremendously, splitting time between the AHL and the NHL, and even had a cup of coffee in the AHL, which in the last final 10 games basically for the LA Kings, he put up 7 points, including 3 goals and 4 assists. Vilardi looks like the real deal with his size, and looks to take full advantage of the opportunities with this Kings team in a full rebuild. Between his size, speed, and overall offensive IQ with some great passing and playmaking ability, he looks like he will be a huge part to the Kings' success throughout this rebuild in this top 6 for sure, and very well could be one of the top centers to come out of LA in quite some time, being the heir apparent to guys like Anze Kopitar and Jeff Carter, and even with Byfield among others in that group for the prospect pool. Vilardi is truly going to thrive and has had a great start to his NHL career. And in case I didn't mention it, Vilardi was drafted in the first round, but this time back in 2017 by the LA Kings. Next up at number 7, we have Colorado Avalanche coveted prospect and 19-year-old left-handed defenseman Bowen Byram. Byram is an amazing puck-moving defenseman, and at the size of 6'1", 192 pounds, had a phenomenal final year in juniors this past year, racking up 52 points in 50 games played, including 14 goals and 38 assists. Byram, as we know, is a part of Team Canada for the World Junior Championships, and I'm sure he's going to make quite the splash, and might have already done that by the time this video is uploaded, but still a great puck-moving defenseman that is sure to be in the top, probably the bottom pair for the Colorado Avalanche, or is going to make a strong case for it coming into camp for the 2021 season. Between Byram, McCarr, and everyone else in that defense and overall team for the Colorado Avalanche, the future is unbelievably bright. But with this puck-moving defenseman that many could argue is deserving to be higher in this list, and I understand that argument, Byram is definitely the real deal between his hockey IQ, his vision, his skating, a strong 200-foot game, but truly a power play quarterback like no other that is going to be absolutely dynamite at the NHL level. And Byram, as we all know, was a high draft pick just a year ago in the 2019 draft in the first round for the Colorado Avalanche. Here we have at number 6, the Anaheim Ducks coveted defensive prospect in Jamie Drysdale. The 18-year-old right-handed defenseman is looking like he'll make quite the splash for the World Junior Championships for Team Canada as well. And at a strong 5'11", 170 pounds, he truly looks like another forward out there. I've talked about him plenty on the channel. And in his final year in juniors this past year in the OHL, he had 47 points in 49 games played, including 9 goals and 38 assists. Drysdale looking to make a big splash, not just in the World Junior Championships, but possibly in the NHL sooner rather than later. I don't think it's going to take long for him to get comfortable with the Anaheim Ducks and be a dynamic puck-moving defenseman that has explosive speed in the offensive zone, another guy with elite vision and great ability to be a power play quarterback, and very well could be the next big thing on the blue line for the Anaheim Ducks. And Drysdale, as you guys probably know, was drafted in the first round, I believe 6th overall to the Anaheim Ducks just in this past 2020 NHL draft. Next up at number 5, we have another Colorado Avalanche prospect, this time being in Alex Newhook, the centerman at the age of 19 years old, and was drafted in the first round just back in 2019 as well by the Avalanche at a 5'11", 195 pounds, put up strong numbers in his freshman year in Boston College, racking up 42 points in just 34 games played, including 19 goals and 32 assists. He will, of course, be with Team Canada for the World Junior Championships, as we already know by now, but another phenomenal playmaker who just hustles, can help you out in the corners. Any which way in that offensive zone is just relentless night in and night out. I love everything about his game. He has a great story, so make sure to check him out and look up his story if you haven't already. But just a great overall player that looks like a huge impact for the Avalanche, possibly in the next year or so in that top 6, top 9, if not top 6. Just amazing overall player with some strong speed, just superb hockey IQ, but can definitely shoot the puck both 5-on-5 and special teams as well. Here we have at number 4, Winnipeg Jets coveted prospect and centerman at 18 years of age, and Cole Perfetti. Perfetti was drafted in the first round in 2020 by the Jets, and at 5'11", 177 pounds, Perfetti can both play the center and the wing position, and he will be, as we know already, with Team Canada for World Junior Championships, and is already doing just fine if you ask me. But if you look at his numbers in his final year in the OHL, had 111 points in just 61 games played, including 37 goals and 74 assists. It looks like Perfetti will be in one more year of juniors before hitting the NHL, as he has signed his ELC already, but truly a dynamic offensive threat that is superb when it comes to his 200-foot game. He's not too much of a defensive liability by any stretch of the imagination. Both 5-on-5 and special teams can bring so much to the lineup, and I'm unbelievably excited for what he will do for the Jets, as they desperately have been needing that second line center, and Perfetti very well can be that, and then some for them going forward between his playmaking ability, being able to shoot the puck, and just really hard to go up against overall. Next up at number 3, we have Buffalo Sabres coveted prospect and 19-year-old centerman Dylan Cozens. Cozens, as we know, is at 6'3", 185 pounds, drafted in the first round just a year ago in 2019 by the Sabres. In his final year in juniors, had 85 points in just 51 games played, including a total of 38 goals and 47 assists. Cozens is also with Team Canada, as we know, for World Junior Championships, looking to make quite the impact in doing so, and is ready to be in the NHL with the Sabres for the 2021 season as a top 9 spot. And he looks like he's going to be a huge upgrade to the Sabres and could very well be that next future 2C for them, especially after Eric Stahl's time in Buffalo is done. Whether he's on the center of the wing, he's going to do so much for the Sabres. Another guy that has great elusiveness when it comes to his speed and acceleration into the offensive zone, uses his size to his advantage, has a lethal shot, but just amazing playmaking ability that is some of the best in all the NHL among its prospects. Here we have at number 2, another LA Kings prospect, and this is, of course, in Quinn Byfield. The 18-year-old centerman drafted 2nd overall in the 2020 NHL draft, just to Alexis Lafreniere, obviously, and he looks like he's going to be absolutely dominant at the NHL level. At 6'4", 215 pounds, has amazing speed, some of the best out there given his size, really around 6'5", not even 6'4" if you ask me, but he is already with Team Canada, as we know, for the World Junior Championships. Just such a star-studded team that is, and he's going to make quite the impact as well. If you look at his numbers in his final year in juniors, had 82 points in just 45 games played, scoring 32 goals and 50 assists. Byfield, between his decision making, his offensive IQ, his defensive ability to be reliable as well, and his speed either going down the middle or down the boards, he's truly amazing. He's so hard to get off the puck as well. He just displays an unbelievable set of hands, playmaking ability, and vision in the offensive zone that looks like he could be the future leader and possibly the future captain even for the LA Canes. He's going to be having a strong spot, a possibility of also being a Calder nominee into the 2021 season. That's how good he is, and for good reason, and the future is so bright when it comes to Quinn Byfield. I can only imagine what his peak in his career is going to be. And at number 1, you guys probably guessed this one. It is, of course, Alexis Lafreniere, the New York Rangers coveted prospect, first overall pick in the 2020 NHL draft. As we all know, at 6'2", 200 pounds, the left winger was absolutely dominant in juniors throughout his time playing for the same team that Sidney Crosby played for, racking up 112 points in just 52 games played in his final year in juniors, going 35 goals and 77 assists. Lafreniere is going to go into the 2021 season with the Rangers either in that top 6 or top 9 and is going to be absolutely phenomenal. Looks like he's the face of the franchise for the Rangers going forward, and as a Rangers fan, I can tell you I'm simply ecstatic to see what he's going to do at the NHL level. And I know there are a lot of Canadians that are upset that he was not going to be in the World Junior Championship. I understand that, but at the same time, he is going to be looking to make quite the impact, and it looks like a possible Calder favorite for the 2021 NHL season. So I can't say enough good things about the man. He's always looking 2 to 3 steps ahead of everyone else between the opposing defenders and just forwards that are back checking or forward checking, whatever it may be. He has amazing vision, amazing playmaking. He loves to command the rush in the offensive zone and is truly set in stone with his body to be ready for the NHL level. I think he's going to be making a type of impact and really could be the leader the Rangers have been looking for, especially with Henrik Lundqvist now out of the reins in that locker room. You bring in Alexis Lafreniere, and he truly looks like he's going to come in and take the reins as the new face of the Rangers franchise. List, especially when you get past the top 5, for instance, and even in the top 5 for that matter. There are just so many great talents, and as we know, Team Canada is already faring well with a lot of these great players for World Junior Championships, and for the ones that aren't there, they're still expected to make a huge impact in the NHL as soon as the 2021 season. So thank you all so much for checking it out, guys. If you want to check out previous videos, make sure to do that as well in the end screen, and check out my one on Team USA if you're interested. Expect plenty more great prospect content going forward, talking about other teams, other countries I should say, and their top 10 list for sure. So as always, guys, thank you all again. Hit like, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends if you enjoy this kind of hockey content. You want to see more great hockey content like this, and I'll catch you all next time.